Well, some business stories will begin in Enugu State, where the African Export-Import Bank says it will finance multiple projects in Enugu State that will drive development and investment. President of the Afreximbank, Professor Benedict Orama, spoke during a one-day working visit to the government house in Enugu. Bamidele Ajayi has more.
Upon resumption of office, Governor Peter Mbah rolled out his 8-point agenda aimed at taking the state economy from its current $4.4 billion to $30 billion within 4 to 8 years. The action plan culminated into hosting 2 major investment summits in Enugu, followed up with Afreximbank Investment Roundtable in Cairo, Egypt, with key players in the industry expressing interest. At the official visit of Afreximbank President to Enugu State, Orama highlights some of the strategic plans introduced by Governor Mbah that endears the bank to wanting to partner with the state government.
Also, thank you for the wisdom of visiting us in Cairo and having an extensive discussion on the development priorities of your government. We share with most of those priorities. In fact, I think the strategic thinking you have shown is straight out of the book of our own, especially in how we believe that sub-sovereigns can contribute to the development aspirations of our country.
Governor Mbah, while appreciating the Afreximbank president's interest, assured him that the state government will play its own part to ensure the actualization of those pinpointed infrastructure to drive investment and grow the economy of Enugu and Nigeria at large.
Our plan is to make Enugu State one of the top 3 states in the country in terms of GDP. And that growth, we believe, would come from investment from private sector. Enugu State has huge, solid mineral assets, both natural resources as well, that we've not harnessed. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, because we're now poised to harness those resources. We're providing e-services across all our MDA. So very soon, you are able to sit at the comfort of your home and access service from all the 101 MDAs we have in Enugu.
Governor Mbah used the occasion to reiterate his commitment in making Enugu the destination for investment, with mapped out programs and strategic framework for investment to thrive in the state. Bamidele Ajayi, TVC News, Enugu.
Now, an expert has expressed optimism about the ongoing reforms in the economy amid contending economic issues. According to the president of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Gabriel Itahosa, while reacting to President Bola Tinubu's New Year's speech, the president must match words with action to ensure speedy implementation of the reforms. Mr. Itahosa was speaking earlier on our flagship business show, Business Nigeria.
The budget speech was very positive. It had a lot of positives that resonates with what the business community was expecting. The emphasis on improving the business environment, the work that needs to be done on power, the work that needs to be done in agriculture, a lot of effort to be put in expanding land agriculture with direct effort by the federal government. These are the things that the business community were looking for and have seen. We hope that the pace of implementation will match the volume of commitment in financial resources that the budget has indicated. So that's pretty much the sentiment in this community, that those positives should be driven aggressively. The aggressive movement to auto gas for transportation, it is a very big positive. Every member of the Nigerian community, not just business community, we expect that we can quickly move to auto gas and reduce the cost of public transportation.
President of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry there, Mr. Gabriel Idahosa, earlier today. Moving on now, the federal government has announced that it is currently reviewing the implementation process for a cost-reflective electricity tariff, but stated that it would continue to subsidize power supply for vulnerable citizens in the country. The government says it would unbundle the Transmission Company of Nigeria by separating transmission services from systems and market operations in the first quarter of this year. Minister of Power, Mr. Adebayo Adelabu, said, made all of this known in a statement issued in Abuja. In that statement, he explained that in medium to long term, Nigeria's power transmission grid would be separated into regional grids to enable effective management. Meanwhile, the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria says the outlook for the manufacturing sector in 2024 may not be positive, especially in the first half of the year. The Director General of the association, Mr. Segun Ajayi Kadri, disclosed this in Lagos, where he projected that the year would be challenging, with a subtle possibility of recovery from the third quarter. According to him, the envisioned recovery is highly dependent on the deployment of policy stimulus supported by a synthesis of domestic growth, driven by export-focused and offensive trade strategies. The Director General noted that the quick examination of the trajectory of manufacturing globally portrayed a struggling sector challenged by key macroeconomic variables and externalities leading to dwindling economic growth. Well, the stock market returns to higher prices on securities after holidays as fund managers reposition portfolios for 2023 dividends. Effiong Ekop has detailed reports on markets.
Effiong Ekop, TVC News, Lagos.
Asian shares extended a global sell-off earlier today, while the dollar held gains as market optimism about early and aggressive U.S. interest rate cuts ebbed ahead of a release of federal minutes and jobs data. Europe opens lower with Euro Stock 50 futures down 0.4%. FTSE futures shed 0.3%. S&P 500 futures and Nasdaq futures were both down 0.1%. In Asia, MSCI's broadest index of Asian Pacific shares outside of Japan fell 1.3% after a 1% drop in a sluggish start to 2024. While Japan's market has shut for public holidays, South Korea shares slid 2.1%, Hong Kong and Hang Index fell 1.1% as technology shares dropped 2.2% following a tech-led slide on Wall Street.